Hello and welcome to the 2019 SMPTE Gala. We're very happy to be here tonight with our host for the evening, getting a little pre-show glimpse of Kasha Patel. Thank you for joining us, Kasha.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So, as I understand it, you're a comedian and a scientist and a writer, and you do work for NASA. You're a busy gal. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
My day is a little more packed than I'd say the average person.
It sounds like it.
Yeah. So I studied chemistry in college, and I got my journalism degree, science journalism specifically, which I didn't know was a thing. A lot of people don't know is a thing. But it helped me land my job at NASA, which has been really great. I write about earth science, so a lot of climate change stuff, a lot of really cool things about how our environment is changing over the decades. And then I started doing comedy, and my thinking for comedy was I want people to walk away with a new perspective or learning something. So I thought, oh, hey, why don't we do science-themed jokes? So I kind of created this science comedy world.
I love the sound of a science comedy world. And I think you do science-based comedy, but also you've done some sort of studies overlapping how science affects comedy. Analyzes it.
Yeah, that was a fun thing. And maybe that is part of the analytical side of me. But I mean, I have all these jokes I want to see. I have science jokes and I have my non-science jokes that I test out every day almost, as often as I can, 4 to 11 times a week, I'd say, in front of random people. Sometimes they're just drunk people at a bar on a Tuesday night. Sometimes it's big galas like this where people are attentive and maybe still drunk. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I wanted to know, okay, what works better, my science jokes or my not science jokes? So I actually kind of did an analysis of 500 of my jokes and wanted to test which do better. And it turns out, spoiler alert, my science jokes actually did about 40% better out of the 500 that I analyzed.
Well, I think you're going to find the crowd tonight is going to be very receptive to your science humor. And were you familiar with SMPTE? I mean, I know everyone was thrilled when you agreed to host this evening.
Yeah. When I got the call, I was very excited. And they told me, I said, I mean, are there going to be engineers and scientists there? Because that's my jam. Those are the people that they're not used to. Science comedy isn't a popular thing anyways, but especially for these kind of crowds where maybe they've never been to a comedy club, they have a new appreciation for the things that I can say and the humor that I can bring.
I'm quite sure that you have found your perfect audience here tonight. Thank you for taking the time out before the show to join us, and sorry you're going to miss it, but I know she's going to slay it in there tonight. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, and if you want to know more about my 500 joke analysis, it's actually in a TEDx talk. You can just find me on social media at Kasha Patel, and you will find many, many things and many, many thoughts of mine.
I am here with Adam C. Burke, who just won an award, the Lewis F. Wolf Jr. Memorial Scholarship Award. Now, you, RIT is your school,
Yep.
where you studied motion picture science. So talk about what the award means to you.
Yeah, so I was really honored to receive this award so that, it helps pay for college and furthering my education, down a path that I really have a passion for, kind of engineering for like cinema and television and entertaining people, which also ties into, helping people create memories growing up. I always loved watching movies and stuff like that growing up and have a lot of great memories with those.
I know you're creating those memories. You're interning at Warner's?
Yeah, I interned over the summer at Warner Brothers, and now I'm back at school in Rochester.
And when do you graduate?
May.
Okay. And you're heading out here?
Hopefully, yeah.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations. Good luck.
Thank you.
We're very excited to have two of our younger winners with us tonight. The winners of the Student Paper Award this year are Oscar Eduardo Estrada Torrejon.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, and Nicholas Peretti. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you very much. We're really excited to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And you guys are both students at RIT, is that correct?
We just recently graduated in May of this year, yeah.
Congratulations. And you won the award for your paper, Rotoscope Automation with Deep Learning. Do you want to tell us a little bit about how you came to that subject and just some highlights from the paper?
Yeah, so I was really into special effects since I was in high school. I used to watch a lot of tutorials from Video Copilot and Andrew Kramer. And one of the things that really pissed me was like the amount of time that you would spend rotoscoping somebody. So when I had the opportunity to do the paper, I thought it would be a great opportunity to help solve this problem. And Nick was really fundamental in helping me achieve this project. So we were able to pull it off, and I was very grateful.
Yeah, no, so I came onto the project a little bit later. Oscar had really had the idea and had started it, and then through another professor, he introduced me to Oscar, and I'd been interested in working on these algorithms for a long time. And yeah, it really worked out pretty well because he had already given this a lot of thought, and so I could come along and help him with some of the implementation required to actually do it and test it and do all these experiments that we had wanted to run. So.
Great. And are you guys still back east? Have you moved out here? Are you just out for the week?
Yeah, I actually work for HubSpot out in Boston. So I just came here for the week, and it's been exciting. I love LA. Yeah,
Yeah, I ended up moving to Boulder, Colorado. Yeah, to work at a startup, and then I've just been out here for the week. Yeah, so.
Great. Well, congratulations to both of you. I think we might be looking at the future of SMPTE here.
We're here with John Scheich, who won an award for the Citation for Outstanding Service to Society Award. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Can you talk about the work that went into receiving this award? Is it education-based? A lot to do with your work with mentoring and education?
Well, a key thing has been reaching out to teachers and students in the San Francisco Bay Area, trying to build new chapters, which we built a new one at De Anza College. We're very excited about that, and continuing to reach out and also share what we've learned with the SMPTE as a whole organization globally.
So will you be continuing that outreach?
Absolutely. So we have next month a professional section and our student chapter combined with young entertainment professionals coming in, telling their story, so we can hear the story of people in their 20s and just starting into new jobs to explain to the college students how it all works.
Fantastic. John, thank you so much for stopping by, and congratulations once again.
Thank you.
I'm here with Alan Scholnik, who has won the Citation for Outstanding Service to Society Award. So, Alan, can you just talk a little bit about what was behind the award, what you've done?
Well, over the years, I started off as an adjunct manager through one of my colleagues at Disney who could not make a lot of meetings. So he needed somebody to represent him because he was traveling a lot. So he said, you go to the SMPTE lunch meetings and figure out what they're going to do every month for a meeting. And that's like 1993 or 1992, around there. And I got hooked going to the meetings, and I decided to run for board and became a manager, and then became secretary-treasurer, and then became secretary-treasurer. I did like 2-3 years in a row, because I guess Sally will attest to it, I was pretty good at keeping the books really nice, that kind of thing. And then they told me to go back and you should do section chair, So I was section chair in 2 times, 2011 and 2014, and I didn't do it consecutively. I did it like alternate years. And I went back to being secretary-treasurer for 1 year, then went back to just being a manager. And throughout the whole time, I was always involved in sponsorship for both the local section, and in the early days before the conference got to be this big, I was doing sponsorship for the conference. Started off doing that, raising money, calling on some of the bigger studios. And as the dynamic changed, they realized they had to do things a little differently, more from the corporate side. So I've been actively involved on both the management side, producing shows with our team in Hollywood. For the last, it's almost like 15 years I've been actively involved as a manager. And there's a couple times I had to bow out because the work schedule was pretty tight, working for big studios like DreamWorks. It's 12-hour days, 15-hour days. It's kind of hard to put the time in. But from 2003 to about 2017, somewhere around there. Even now, I still show up pretty much to every meeting. I'm always there, making sure things are done a particular way. And because I've done all the different positions, I can share that wealth of knowledge with incoming people that are taking over. And it's been fun. I've enjoyed it a lot.
Well, it makes sense, and you're clearly good at it, so continue on. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Alan.
Okay.
I am here with Andrew King, who won the Citation for Outstanding Service to Society Award. Can you talk about what led to the award?
Well, I guess for many years I've done quite a few things in the industry, and last few years have been involved in SMPTE for quite a while. But I guess for the last 4 years or so, I've stepped up and done a fair bit of organising for our local conference, and I think that's mainly.
And where is the local conference?
Oh, the local conference is in Sydney, Australia.
So you've come a long way for this.
Certainly have. It's about a 13-hour flight coming here, and it's a bit longer going home because the wind goes the wrong way.
That is correct, but you're upright, you're speaking well. I congratulate you on all counts.
Thank you. I've done a few trips around the world, and yeah, so I'm used to it.
So you've been with SMPTE for how long?
I don't know how long I've been a SMPTE member. It's at least 10 years, if not longer. But yeah, in fact, it's probably closer to 20 years now that I think about it. But in terms of on the organising side, more, it's been around 4 or 5 years.
Well, job well done, and congratulations once again.
Thank you very much.
We're here with Paul Gardner, one of our honorees this evening. He is the recipient of the Excellence in Standards Award. Congratulations. This award is given for service to the standards community, of which you've done many, many years, so thank you for that. Do you want to share with people a little bit what tonight meant to you and what it meant to receive this award?
Well, I think it's quite a humbling experience because SMPTE has so many knowledgeable people, experienced people, and it's a wonderful place to be, actually. You can learn so much from your peers, and yes, it's just a fantastic evening, and it's a great pleasure to be here.
And you've served on many of SMPTE's technology committees over the years, as I understand it.
Well, I've had my fair share of experience, I believe, yes.
And I know mentorship has always been important to you. Is there anything you'd like to share with that? I know that you were mentored to the person who presented to you tonight, Bruce Devlin.
Well, yes, I think SMPTE is all about sharing and learning and growing together, and I think the collaboration that SMPTE inspires does lead to not only good standards, but it helps to develop the individual, and we all learn and grow together.
It could not have been summed up more beautifully. Thank you for that, sir.
Very kind.
Congratulations again, Paul. I am very excited to introduce this year's first group of this year's new fellow inductees into SMPTE. I'm going to let them do the talking, so I'm going to let them introduce themselves and say a few words. And hand the microphone off to you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. My name is Julian Pinn. It's a huge honor to be elevated to fellow status. Unlike passing a test where it's kind of your own work, this is very special because it's a peer-selected process, and that means an awful lot. It's a huge surprise, and I'll make the most of it and live up to the standards of all the previous fellows. So thank you very much, SMPTE.
Hi, Andy Rayner here from the UK. It's a great privilege as well to be here. Very excited. It was very exciting to get the letter in the post all the way from the USA a few weeks ago telling me about it, and a complete surprise. So thank you to everyone that was involved in the nomination, and thank you, SMPTE, for all of the excitement that we're enjoying here.
Thank you. I'm Peter Damiak, and definitely thanks SMPTE for this elevation and this privilege to be amongst this elite group of engineers and industry professionals. And I think one of the highlights for me tonight was meeting Steve Wozniak. I mean, I never expected that, and he mentioned that his initial introduction to television was through the SMPTE timecode. As we were up there on the stage today, I said my first job at ABC was to deploy SMPTE timecode throughout the network, so that was kind of a fun experience.
I'm going to cut in here and say, we're going to pause for 1 second because one of these folks needs to be pulled for the show. Who's that, Lynn? Congratulations. We'll get you with round 2. I'm going to hand that over to you.
Thank you.
It's live, non-TV.
Of course. That's what happens. You have to be adaptable, right?
Exactly.
So, I'm Mike Overton with Telestream. It was a huge surprise and a huge honor to be nominated for this and selected. It's been just amazing to work with the people that I do at the standards committees, and some of them do so many standards, and I really appreciate the few that I'm involved with being part of that whole process and being able to contribute back to the industry. So it's been wonderful, and can look forward to doing it for many years in the future.
Hi, I'm Patricia Keeley with IMAX, and it is a huge honor to be recognized by such a prestigious organization as SMPTE. I've learned so much from SMPTE that's helped me in my day job. Been involved in the board of SMPTE for 8 years, I think, now, and look forward to continuing to participate in the future.
Well, again, congratulations to all of you. And this is the first half of the new inductees of these SMPTE Fellows. We'll be back with more of the SMPTE Gala Live 2019.
Here we are at SMPTE's 2019 Gala. I'm here with Peter Dare, who was awarded with the Presidential Proclamation for 40 years of service to standards in the community and also to his dedication to SMPTE. You have authored many, many standards over the years. Can you talk about what this means to you?
Sorry, what?
What this means to you?
Well, it's totally unexpected to start with. And so I thought what I was doing at the time was just what I should be doing. But as I've seen tonight, with all of the recognition, it's just amazing. I'm thrilled to bits.
I can't believe you're shocked. You've done so much.
It is true that when you start to recount what you've done over the last 50 years or so, you suddenly realize that you've done a heck of a lot, and you don't realize until you sort of analyze that what it has meant to the industry. And it's, to be honest, it's meant a heck of a lot. And from time to time, yes, we've had disputes and we've had discussions and so forth. But in the end, the effort has certainly been well worthwhile.
Well, by the reaction of the crowd, you are well respected, and this is a well-deserved award. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, and it was totally unexpected. Thank you.
We are happy to recognize tonight the Journal Certificate of Merit winner, which was won by the team from NHK. We have representing the team here tonight, Kenichiro Masayoka. And your article on MTF, a very important subject, the article, The Real-Time Measurement of Ultra-High Definition Camera Modulation Transfer Function. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Could you tell us how you found out you were winning and what this meant to you to be recognized?
Last December, NHK started regular 4K, 8K broadcasting. And some engineers asked me to measure MTF or spatial resolution characteristics of many 4K, 8K cameras and lenses. And it was so tough, it was time-consuming and error-prone, so I developed a real-time MTF measurement system. And the engineers liked me and asked me to measure more cameras and more lenses, and I brushed up my system, and I can measure MTF more accurately and precisely now, and I have this great honor. So I would thank the engineers and my son and my wife and very excellent guys at Astro Design and NHK. Thank you very much.
Very well done. Congratulations again. It's a very important paper, and everyone's benefiting from the work that you're doing.
Thank you.
Here we are backstage at SMPTE 2019 at the awards gala, and I have two ladies from Dolby here, Elizabeth Perry and Jacqueline Pitt-Lars. They were awarded with the Journal Award for your paper, Hitting the Mark, a new color difference metric for HDR and WCG imagery. Very, very well done, guys. So why don't you talk a little bit about the paper and why it was important to write? Who wants to go first? Jacqueline? Liz?
Go for it. Sure. Yeah, so it's a paper about color tolerances. So a lot of people don't know that some of the metrics being used today are not actually accurate with human vision, and it's really important because human vision matters when we're talking about color differences. So this is a way that we align it with how we see, and then it means a lot more when we use those metrics.
Nice. Jacqueline?
Yeah, essentially, when we use an objective metric, we want to make sure that it matches our eyes, because otherwise the number doesn't mean anything. So what our work really did is extend all the work we've done for normal television to now extend to new technologies, so that high dynamic range, that wide color gamut technology, and bring our technology to the future.
Fantastic. Congratulations once again, guys.
We're very excited to bring up our second group of new fellows that were inducted by SMPTE this year. Congratulations to everyone. We know this is quite an honor. I'm actually going to hand the microphone off to them, let them introduce themselves and say a few words. You are first up, sir.
Hi there. My name is John Turner. I'm from the East Coast. I've been working in television since about 1965 and enjoyed pretty much every minute of it. So I just want to thank the SMPTE for this award. This is unexpected, and I'm very humbled by it. James?
Thank you, John. My name is James Snyder. I work for the U.S. Library of Congress. I live in Central Virginia, which is hot and humid most of the year. I've been in television or in the moving image arts since 1980, which is an amazing 39 years ago. I've gotten to work with John on some amazing projects and a lot of other people on amazing projects. And I've gotten to talk to over 100 people with oral histories, including folks, in this room tonight. And it's been a fascinating ride, a fascinating 39 years.
Well, thank you, John and James. I'm Sean McCarthy from Dolby Labs. Very humbled to be part of this SMPTE Fellows class. I've learned so many things from so many people here. It's a wonderful place to kind of look at the intersections of physics and neurobiology and entertainment, and to be a small part of actually connecting creatives with the audiences around the world. It's kind of an important thing, so I'm very happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Raymond Young. I work at Dolby Labs, and I am extremely honored and very humbled to be among my esteemed colleagues. Fellows, yes. And I've been in the entertainment industry for 25 years, and this is way beyond my wildest imagination. And thank you. Jeff, thank you.
Hi, Jeff Friedmiller from Dolby Laboratories. I'm extremely, humbled and honored to be among some great honorees tonight. And spent 30 years in this industry and never would have dreamt that this would have happened. And it was a pleasant surprise, and deeply honored, and learned so much from everyone in this industry. And I really, really appreciate all the time people have given to me over the years. And I'm looking forward to another 30, hopefully.
I'm Mike Smith. I'm a consultant. I have my own consulting business called Wavelet Consulting. I've been working in the industry for 16 years, and it's been a great pleasure to basically be working with beautiful imagery. As an image processing, video processing engineer, there's other things that we can be involved in, like medical imaging, satellite imaging, surveillance imaging, but the moving picture industry actually has all this beautiful photography, which is quite a pleasure to sort of see as we're working as well. So anyway, it's been great to be involved. So.
Thank you, Brian Vesta from Sony Pictures, and I've also been involved in the industry for 30 plus years, and I got involved to try to bring audio standards back into the moving picture industry, and I think I've contributed some, and so have my colleagues here, and I'm really proud of that. So thank you very much for the recognition from my peers.
Well, thank you all. Congratulations to everyone again.
I have Steve Wozniak with me. He introduced the two groups of new fellows this year at SMPTE. And why don't you just talk a little bit about why it was important for you to do?
Because I got to tell a few jokes on stage. Going back to my background from when I was 10 years old with a ham radio license, this kind of electronics and signals and how to control things, I knew I'd be an engineer in 6th grade. I knew I'd be a teacher second. But engineer to me, even when I got out of high school and I could design any computer, you give me a manual, I'll design it in 2 days in my bedroom. And I could never afford a part to build one, but I got that good at it. I didn't think computer design was a job. I didn't think I'd ever do it in life. I'm going to be an engineer. Engineers define television and radio and those sort of things, and I was good at it. I was really skilled. So SMPTE, a lot of my projects that led straight into the Apple computers that I loved so much and the importance of it, and video games, a lot of it went through the television. Knowing how television signals worked and sync signals and all that, I could repair the old color televisions, the old analog TVs in those days. And it was all television projects that led up. And one of the projects I took on the side was even a SMPTE time code when it came out in 1973. It just coming out, and it was a digital device with Wozniak quality design of all these little lines of counters that could track the signal as it sped up 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times, 10 generations. It could speed up, and it would track it at any of those speeds. And it was really good. So SMPTE was a word that stayed with me forever because it was a project I'd taken on. And when I was invited to give SMPTE Fellow Awards, the Fellow Awards are so important, and I believe in them so much that it was an honor to be here. I moved other things aside. I pushed everything aside. I have to do this one.
Well, I know you're a member of IEEE, but tomorrow you become a member of SMPTE. Is that correct, or am I making...
No, that's correct. I'm going to join SMPTE tomorrow or the next day when I get home. Yeah.
Well, fantastic. And before I let you go, just very quickly, state of technology. What do you see about like AI and deep fakes? How do you feel about all that?
Sometimes I look at what's going on. AI doesn't bother me because it's artificial to think it's really intelligent, that it really thinks the way our human brain thinks. It'll never think that good, but it will let us do more than we could. You could show Google 80,000 pictures of dogs, and they recognize a dog better than any human. Wait a minute. Any human with a smartphone is better than any human without. Anyway, technology always helps us. And the Google thing doesn't know what a dog is. It just knows the pixels. A 1-year-old, you can take a 1-year-old infant, say that's a dog, and they know it's got these limbs like mine. They're kind of soft, kind of hard, they're flexible, and it goes where it wants to go because it has a brain. They know the whole picture of what a dog is. So a lot of AI is not intelligence, but it fools people to thinking that it's getting to where it'll have a conscience and a feelings and care about you. So that's a misnomer. As far as things like deep fakes, the ability that technology has given us to even everything on the internet and the social web to trick and fool and get in there. The important thing to me in my whole life, the most important thing was honesty. And a lot of that goes away, and I actually have regrets over some of where this world went. The internet came, and we said, oh my gosh, it's free. You've got free contact with people all over the world. You never had this before. It was something so amazing. And now the internet is just is used as the main means to control us the way governments controlled us before. And I'm against people that are more powerful having control over the small ones. Like when it's products, I'm for the consumer. Right. More than buying a TV, the more than the manufacturer selling it.
Right. So the technology is there, but use it for good, not evil. Not evil.
Well, you always start out wanting to make the technology for good, but now I'm seeing more and more people got into this, Silicon Valley idea of we be entrepreneurs, we're going to start businesses, and after we do that, we'll sell this one, and we'll just write down some plans. They leave out the engineers sometimes. I'll raise some money, and then I'll hire engineers anywhere in the world, and it demeans the importance of engineers, and I've been an engineer my whole life, saying I always thought engineers were the most important people to moving society forward, and I still feel that way. So that's another reason SMPTE respects engineers.
Absolutely. Well, Steve, thanks for taking the time. Thanks for being at SMPTE.
And I'm very happy to have Ralph Sargent with me here. He is the winner this evening of the James A. Linder Technology Medal in celebration of your over 4 decades of dedication to the preservation of film. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So you literally wrote the book on film preservation, and more than one, I might add. What would you like to say about this honor tonight and winning this award?
I appreciate it without any holds barred. It's I don't know how to go further with that. It's a great honor.
It's a very special night. Have you been a SMPTE member for many years?
Yes, I have. I'm trying to, at least probably 50 or 60, close to 60. That's not quite right, but it's close.
We're going to go with a long time.
Yeah. The funny thing is that when we closed the company, we moved, sold the building off and so forth, and I think that the magazine kept coming to the building, and I didn't know. I kept thinking, what's happened here? Where is it? Because I wanted to keep up, and I realize now that it'll suddenly start to reappear.
It definitely will after tonight, that is for sure. Is there anything you'd like to share? I mean, you are certainly the expert or one of the experts on the subject about the future of preservation and where you think we are today.
Well, I think it's very tough to prognosticate on that.
Of course.
We went through so many different versions of longevity, let's put it that way, seeing how film was right back to nitrate days, and then television and the rest. I think, though, that in the long haul, digital storage techniques will be far in excess of what we were able to do with the earlier analog material. So that's my summary of it.
Everyone appreciates your perspective. Again, congratulations. It's a big honor. Everyone's very happy for you. I am very excited to have Ann Aaron with us this evening. Ann is the winner tonight of the Workflow Systems Medal that was established in 2012 and is sponsored by our good friend Leon Silverman. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So this is the first time and maybe the only time I'm actually going to ask this tonight, but Ann, who and what are you wearing?
I'm wearing Anthony Lagarda. He's a Filipino designer, and this is made of pineapple fabric. It's a Filipiniana gown, and the embroidery is designed specially for me. It has like video coding. If you're a video nerd, you'd understand the different graphic signs there. And Philippines, actually. Philippines, France, my husband's French, so it's all hidden there.
It's beautiful. You look beautiful. And yes, it's the SMPTE Gala. We have video coding in our gowns. It's a very special evening. So congratulations. You're the queen of cloud-based technology. You're the second woman to win this award, which is a very exciting milestone for those of us in the industry. Do you want to talk a little bit about what tonight meant to you and what this honor means?
Yeah, this is very special to me. Really, it's not just my work, but the entire team, I feel, because this award represents us working towards making the bit rates of our streams as low as possible while still keeping the story very engaging. Because so many people around the world may not have as good quality of the network or may have constrained data plans. So if this is very special to me, so we can help share the stories to those people.
And for those who don't know, you work with the Netflix team. You're representing in your one way all the Netflix team tonight.
Yes, that's right, especially the encoding technologies team.
Well, congratulations. Everyone is just thrilled for you. And thank you for coming to join us.
Thank you very much, too.
We're here with Jessica Blackwell, and it's an important evening for Jessica. She just accepted the Camera Origination and Imaging Medal on behalf of her late grandfather, Paul Weimer. Paul was a legend in our industry, and we were very happy to honor him tonight and to have you here to accept on his behalf. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what this night means to you and what you remember of your grandfather?
This award means so much to me and my family. I mean, my grandfather, he died when I was about 19, but I just remember him as being the most gentle and kind and brilliant man. Him, along with his wife, plasma physicist Catherine Weimer, they always blew me away with their contribution to society, and it's something that we are just so proud of, and it just means a lot to us to be honored tonight.
That is a very rich family history to be honored. That's amazing. And do you want to share with us, did you say what you're doing with your grandfather's patent and a little interior design, perhaps?
Oh, yes, actually. So we found through Google that you can search for patents, and we found all of his old patents and the beautiful artwork that he did. So we've been printing them out and putting them up in our house, and they're just lovely and just remind us of him every day.
That's wonderful, and what a great way to pay tribute to him every day. Well, thank you for being here. I know this is probably an emotional night for you, but we were all very happy to honor your grandfather, so thank you for being here.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
I'm with Michelle Monson, who just received her David Sarnoff Medal. First woman to win it. It was established in 1950. That's a big deal. That's quite a big deal. So you won it for FASP technology. Can you just talk a little bit about what that is, what it means, and why you worked so hard on it?
Well, it has a great origination with SMPTE. I actually started Aspera and created the Fast Transport Protocol in 2004 and gave the first industry paper on it in 2005 at SMPTE ATC. It is a high-speed bulk data transfer protocol, which became basically a high-speed file transfer protocol that came to the industry at a time where the industry was starting to move to file-based workflows. So it provided a way to use the internet for high-speed transmission of video content.
Very, very cool. And how involved in SMPTE are you, and what does SMPTE mean to you?
I'm tremendously involved in SMPTE. This is not a thing of the past, it's a thing of the present. So I'm not only a SMPTE fellow, I follow the paper track every year in all of the conferences, both national and also some of the regional conferences. I've given many talks at the SMPTE conferences on my latest work, and I started a new company 2 years ago, and one of the first talks I was able to give was actually at the SMPTE conference called ETC up in the Bay Area on really the future of both video technology and monetization.
Oh, fantastic. Michelle, congratulations. It's a very big honor, and thank you for joining us.
Very happy to be here tonight with Gary Sullivan. Gary is this year's recipient of the Digital Processing Medal, which was awarded to you for your outstanding work in image and video compression. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. It's really great to get this honor from SMPTE. SMPTE's been a big supporter of standardization, and the work that I'm being recognized for is really the work of some committees that I have chaired in standardization. And it's through standardization that we achieve things that are milestones in the industry and get compatibility across the products made by many different companies. So I really appreciate getting this award, even though I think it's really as much a recognition of the people who have participated in the standards as much as it is myself.
Well, that is a very generous response, but we know that we are here to reward your work tonight, but it does take a team. How did you find out you were winning the award, and what was your initial reaction?
Oh, well, I had been talking to some friends of mine in SMPTE, and I really did not expect to receive this at all. I've been participating in SMPTE for quite some time, and I've been a member there, but I had never had an inkling that I could receive an award like this, and it's really a great recognition. I appreciate it so much.
And I know your family's here with you tonight, and your daughter might go into the television engineering world. Is that the rumor on the street?
She's thinking of it, yeah. Yeah, we don't know. You know, she's got a long road ahead of her. She'll be applying to universities just in the next couple of weeks, and we'll see what path she ends up on, but she's thinking about engineering, and this event has inspired her. She's heard some great things tonight, and hopefully we'll see what happens.
Well, excellent. I know that more women were honored tonight than in any past SMPTE conference, so it's a great year for her to be attending, and she could be the future of the SMPTE organization.
Maybe. We'll see. I'll have to respect whichever path she chooses.
You're a good father. She'll make her own way. She'll make her own decisions. But we're here to talk about you. So again, congratulations. It was a big honor, and everybody was very happy to recognize you tonight.
Well, thank you so much.
I'm here with Ken Williams, who's the Executive Director at the ETC, and he is pinch hitting tonight. SMPTE awarded this evening the Excellence in Education Medal to Elizabeth Daly. The award was established in 2016. We're happy to say she's the first woman to receive the award, although technically I guess there was a man accepting it on her behalf tonight, but that doesn't count. And as everyone knows, probably Elizabeth has been celebrating 3 decades of leadership at the USC School of Cinematic Arts. Very kind of you to step in for her tonight, and what did you want to say on her behalf to the folks?
Well, it's my pleasure. I want to thank the SMPTE organization on Elizabeth's behalf. She's in China right now, or she would have definitely wanted to be here to accept the award in person. You mentioned 3 decades. This is 3 decades. She's the longest-serving dean of any of the schools at the University of Southern California. And if you think about what it meant 3 decades ago to be a dean in this industry, it was even harder than you can imagine. And there's a lot of support now for women in the industry, but Elizabeth was really a pioneer, and she has built the school and her own personal reputation on creating opportunities for women and increasingly a broad array of diversity within the school's population. So we are a microcosm of the next generation of content creators, and that's largely because of her personal initiative. So I think it's really appropriate that SMPTE recognize her, and it's my pleasure to accept this on her behalf.
That was very well said. Thank you for stepping in for her tonight. We're very honored to be here tonight with the winner of SMPTE's most prestigious medal, the Progress Medal. Welcome to our stage, Kristina Torres. Thank you for being with us, Kristina.
Pleasure, really.
So congratulations. This is SMPTE's highest honor. It's been given out since 1935, and as you know and I know, you are the first woman to win the award. Congratulations.
Yes, that was really something that's very important.
So, I mean, we could go on about you all night. You hold over 60 patents. You were the CTO of Technicolor. Your title at Sky is too long and important for me to say here right now. You're a leader in our industry, and you make all of us proud and have changed the workflows of pretty much everyone working in the industry. What did winning this award mean to you?
It means a lot because it's not just the recognition of my career, it's the recognition of all the people I have worked with. I always say that in this industry you cannot do it alone. You learn so much, not just from engineers, but from creatives, and for getting all of them to work together. So it's really today the recognition of all that.
Is there anyone you'd like to thank tonight who perhaps wasn't in the audience but might see this video?
Yes, it's very difficult. I cannot pick up just a name, but I would like to thank you. A few incredible and talented women in engineering that have shared my journey in different ways. So I would like to thank you, Jill Boyce, Peng Yin, Christelle Chamaret. I would like to thank you, Valérie Ayer and Caroline Bayard. Thank you all.
Thank you. It was truly an honor to be here and watch you win this award tonight. Congratulations again. We have gotten to an important part of the evening where we're giving out the evening's highest accolade, which this year it was given to Roderick Snell. The highest accolade is, of course, an honorary membership in SMPTE. Over 40 years, an author, a broadcast engineer, the founder, of course, of Snell and Wilcox, and so much more. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Well, I wish I could say this was all a matter of a firm vision and of going forward into the future. Actually, it was fun. If it wasn't fun, and whenever someone in my company as it grew said, let's do something new, 3D or HD or whatever, I'd say, is it fun? Are the engineers really fired up by it? And if it's fun, will it make us go broke? Because that was the next question. If it breaks us, we can't afford it. We don't have a big bank balance. So if it's fun, and if it doesn't make us, I didn't say if it's a success. Oh, a lot fails. I've got a long list of failures I can boast about, talk for hours about failures. We made the best small 1-inch tape VTR. It was so ahead of everyone, but we're too little. You know, my analogy is if you said, hey, why don't we work together and make a new car? There's a garage in the village who repairs cars, let's do it. You can't do it. You're not big enough. So that's a failure. But chap who came to work with me on that project was the finest engineer I've ever had, who added more to the value of my company than anyone else. So even in your mistakes, if you're lucky, you get something out of it.
Well, thank you, sir. I wish we had hours to talk to you because there's words of wisdom dropping aplenty. Oh, could you just share with people real quickly what you just shared with me, which was the lesson you learned into how you should build forward, always looking for the need?
Well, yeah. What the sales team will tell you is what will make their job easy. If you cut the price, they can sell it easily. If it's got a lot of advantages over the competition, it's easy to sell. But actually, what I learned from Akio Morita of Sony is look for what people actually need. And that's not the same as what the salespeople need, necessarily. So if you look for need as a guide to what you do, when Sony produced a color camera in Japan, there was a camera specialist in the UK who worked for 2 years in Sony just looking at people looking at cameras. So what he made was more significant, more relevant, more feature-friendly. So that's a lesson. You know, rather like Japanese, when they made it, I think I'm just pro-Japanese, but no, they made reliable cars, and ours were unreliable. People would ring from New York and say, my new Rover has boiled in a hot day. And Japanese didn't do that. So we learned something costly for that.
Well, we could all learn so much from you. Again, congratulations. So worthy of SMPTE's highest honor.
Next to me is Paul Keller. He won the Honorary Membership Award, which is here and kind of gorgeous. Paul, we met way back when when you were in Quantel inventing things, and you guys.
You were using them, I think.
Writing about people using them, which was cool. And you guys flew me over to Montreux on the Henry,
We did,
which was created to help editors change their minds.
Henry was our favourite machine in lots of ways. It was the one where you could. Exactly that. You could change your mind and it would sort the mess out for you. The biggest problem was that people would just go on using it forever. But that was probably the Paintbox, arguably, but Henry was the one which took off and sold and is loved and changed the world, as it were.
And led to all the great technology that people use today.
I think so. It's much easier now, but Henry did it first and showed it could be done and what you could do. Okay, and taught people what to expect. Yeah. You know, it was a wonderful machine.
So, what does this award mean to you?
Oh, what it means to me is that all that work all those years ago is still valued and still important. And I've been absolutely overwhelmed with the Quantel family saying, this is wonderful, we knew it was important, now it's proved to be important. It's just gorgeous.
Yeah. And you led the way for many others. It's a great honor.
It is, yes, absolutely. Yes, I shall take that home and look after it.
Thank you, Paul.
That's all right.
Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Thank you all.
Here we are, SMPTE 2019 at the Gala. See you next year.